As a new student in this field of study, these lessons really helped me to become familiar in my chosen career path. So for the lesson 1, we tackle about the understanding in criminology. So now I can say that I can now define what is criminology and understand the common terminologies used in the study of criminology. I also now understood the scopes, division, nature, and object of interest in criminology. I can now trace the history and development of criminology and be able to recognize the contribution of different pioneers of criminology regarding to the explanation of crime causation. The brief history of criminology is it is started in the Europe, and in the 19th century, Cesar Lombroso advocated the theory that the crime is attributed to heredity predisposition. In the latter part of 19th century, criminology was accepted by the field of study of sociology in the US. In 1915, environmental factors became popular as a causes of crime. PCCR became the pioneer school which offered BS Criminology. It was happened in 1950. The RA 6506 an act creating the Board of Criminology in the Philippines, which is happens in the 1972. The Republic Act 11131, otherwise known as the Philippine Criminology Profession Act 2018, repeals the RA 6506 that created the Board of Examiner for Criminologists in the country. The word criminology is originated from the word crimen means crime or accusation, and the word logia or logos means study. While in 1885, Rafael Garofalo, an Italian professor, coined the term criminology. Criminology is defined as a study of crimes, criminals, and criminal behavior. There are 4 divisions in the criminology. First is the criminal etiology. It is the scientific analysis of the causes of the crime. Number 2 is the sociology of law. It is the study of law, its nature, and its application. Number 3 is the penology or correction. It is the study that deals with the punishment and the treatment of the criminals. And the last one is the criminalistic or forensic science. It is the study which deals with identification, examination, analysis, and interpretation of physical evidence. We have also tackled the 4 nature of criminology. Criminology is an applied science, a social science, a dynamic, and a nationalistic. The 4 major objects of interest in criminology are crimes, criminals, criminal behavior, and the study of victims. So, crime is defined as an act or omission in violation of the criminal law or its legal point, or it is an anti-social act or an act that is injurious, detrimental, or harmful to the norms of the society. The word crime also have different generic names like offense, felony, delinquency, or misdemeanor, and infraction of law. Offense is an act or omission that is punishable by special law such as Republic Acts, presidential decrees, executive orders, memorandum circulars, and rules and regulations. Felony is an act or omission that is punishable by the revised penal code, the criminal law in the Philippines. We have also the delinquency or misdemeanor acts that are violation of a simple rules and regulations, usually referring to an acts committed by a minor offenders. And the last one is the infraction of law. Infraction of law is an act that is in a violation of ordinances. Example of this is the city ordinances, municipal ordinances. There are also different criminological classification of crimes. Acquisitive crime is one which is committed the offender acquires something as a consequence of his criminal act, while extensive crime is one when a result of criminal act is a distraction. The second one is the seasonal and situational crimes. Seasonal crimes are those that are committed only at a certain period of a year, while situational crimes are those that are committed only when a given situation conducive to its commission. Letter C is the episodic and instant crime. Episodic crimes are a serial crime. They are committed by series of acts within a lengthy space of time, while instant crimes are those that are committed the shortest possible of time. And the fourth one is the static and continuing crimes. Static crimes are the crimes that are committed only in one place, while continuing crimes are the crimes that are committed in different several places. The next one is the rational and irrational crimes. Rational crimes are those committed with intent. Offender is in a full possession of his mental faculties and capabilities, while irrational crimes are committed without intent. The offender does not know the nature of his act. Next one is the white collar and blue collar crimes. White collar crimes are those committed by person of responsibility and of upper socioeconomic class in the course of their occupational activities, while the blue-collar crimes are those committed by the ordinary professional to maintain their livelihood. Next one is the upper world and underworld crimes. So, the upper world crimes are those committed by the individuals belonging to the upper class of the society. And while the underworld crimes are those committed by members of lower class or underprivileged class of the society. We have also the crimes by imitation and crime by passion. Crime by imitation are crimes committed by merely duplication of one was done by the others, while criminal or crimes by passion are crimes committed because of a fit of great emotion. And the last one is the service crime. Service crime refers to the crimes committed through rendition of service to satisfy desire of one and another. The second object of interest in criminology is the criminal. There are three definitions for criminals. For the legal definition, criminal is a person who has committed a crime and has been convicted by court of the violation of the criminal law. And the second definition is a social definition. Criminal is a person who violated a social norm or one who did an antisocial act. The last definition is a psychological definition, which is a criminal is a person who violated rules of conduct due to behavioral maladjustment. We have also tackled the different criminological classification of crime. So we have based on etiology. We have two types, acute criminal and chronic criminals. Acute criminal is the one who violates criminal law because of an impulse or a fit of fashion. They commit passionate crimes. And for chronic criminals, they are the one who commit crimes acted in a consonance of deliberated thinking. They plan the crime ahead of time. They are the targeted offenders. And based on behavioral system, we have ordinary criminal. Ordinary criminal is considered as the lowest form of criminal in a criminal career. And also we have organized criminal. Organized criminal is one associates himself with another criminals to earn a high degree of organization of enable them to commit crimes easily without being detected by the authorities. And the last one is the professional criminal. It is a person who engage in a criminal activities with his or her high degree. And we have also based on activities, we have three types. We have professional criminals. They are those who are practice crime as a profession for their living. And their criminal activity is constant in order to earn skill and develop ability in their own commission. The second one is the accidental criminals. They are the one who commit crimes when the situation is conducive to its commission. And the last one for the based on activities is the habitual criminals. Habitual criminals are those who continue to commit crime because of deficiency of intelligence and lack of self-control. Another criminological classification of criminals is the based on mental attitude. We have three types. We have active criminals, passive inadequate criminals, and social delinquents. For active criminals, they are those who commit crimes due to their aggressiveness, while passive inadequate criminals are those who commit crime because they are pushed to it by reward or promise. And social delinquent is a criminal who are in normal behavior but defective in their socialization process or development. And the last criminological classification of criminals is based on legal classification. We have habitual delinquent. Habitual delinquent is a person who with a period of 10 years from the date of his release or last conviction of the crime of serious or less serious physical injuries, robbery, stapa, or falsification is found guilty of any said crime or third time offender. And the second one is the recidivist. Recidivist is the one who at a time of his trial for one crime shall have been previously convicted for his final judgment of another crime embraced on the same title on the reverse penal code. So, for the third object of interest in criminology, we have criminal behavior. Criminal behavior is an intentional behavior that violates criminal code. It is also refers to the study of human conduct focused on mental processes of the criminal. And the last object of interest in criminology is the victims or victimology. Victimology is simply the study of victims of crimes and contributory role of any in a crime causation. It is also the scientific process of gaining substantial amounts of knowledge on offender characteristics by studying the nature of the victims. So, those are the things and knowledge that I acquire in this lesson, and it gives me a brief understanding about the introduction in criminology and give me the interest and sense to seek more information and knowledge about this topic.